What is up, everyone? How are you doing? Welcome back to another stream. It is Friday evening. We won't be doing a long one this evening, just a short burst. I know there's a lot of questions coming in about my team, about Ronaldo, everything like that. So we will answer them, but we will also be back tomorrow morning for a deadline stream. So make sure you are subscribed for that and turn on notifications so when the deadline stream goes up tomorrow morning, you are there ready and waiting to get all your questions answered live. But I hope you are well. Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. Nice to see you all here. Of course, we will not a particularly long stream, probably just 20 minutes, half an hour or something this evening. But of course, we will be back again tomorrow morning. So without further ado, let's say hello to everyone in the chat. How are we all doing? So who have we got? Good to see so many of you coming in at such short notice. We have UG, Yusuf, Nick, Nanduk, Matthew, Bryson, Denver, Stephen, Greg, Mark. How are we doing? 10:30 p.m. your time. Good that it's just before you go to bed. Paul, Teddy, Shiraz, Ahmad. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you all here. So, I'm sure there's a lot of Ronaldo chatter. I'm yet to make my transfers. I'm yet to do anything to my team. So, we will get to them all in just a bit. I'm not quite sure on exactly what I'm going to be doing. Frank, Nuisance, Mufed, welcome. So, yeah, I'm a bit undecided what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to wait until tomorrow's deadline stream in order to make up my mind on exactly what I'm going to do. Harry, Joseph, the reason for that is I think there's a chance we get news on a potential Manchester United lineup. Now, there is a fairly reliable source that has early team news who says they might get a bit of early news on Manchester United, which means I want to wait and see whether they think Ronaldo's going to start, because Ole was anything but helpful to all of us today. So have I decided who's coming in for Bruno yet? I tried to answer as many Twitter DMs as I possibly can. Should I wildcard with Rafinha, Ings and have to start Ayling? Yeah, I probably would, because that's not great. You can't see Ronaldo, how Ronaldo doesn't start, but I could easily picture Ole not starting him. Well, exactly. So in terms of my two potential transfers, if we know Ronaldo starts, I will do Fernandes out. I'm about 90% sure that it will be to, I think at the moment, Ismaila Sarr and Danny Ings up to Cristiano Ronaldo. But if we get no news on Ronaldo potentially starting, if we get news that he doesn't start, I'll be doing Ings to Calvert-Lewin as a straight swap with one free transfer. But if we get no news, I'll probably go with the route of Cristiano Ronaldo coming into my team. So we'll get into all those questions. Please do like the stream very quickly. A lot of watchers and not very many likes at the moment. But yeah, get your questions in. Have you made transfers? What do you guys think of what Ole said earlier? Do you think Ronaldo's going to start? Let me make it a little poll while you do that. I'm not going to make my transfers today. No, it'll be close to the deadline tomorrow. If Ronaldo comes in, he'll be my captain. If Ronaldo comes into my team, why would I go for Sarr before going for Traore? So for the next three, Watford have 2 home fixtures, whereas so Watford have 2 home fixtures, whereas Wolves only have 1. The fixtures for Watford, I think, are slightly nicer. Ismaila Sarr's on penalties as well. So yeah. Will DCL start? I think Calvert-Lewin will start. I'd be surprised if he doesn't start now. I do have my captain on Fernandes at the moment. I'll put it on Salah for now, but I think it will either be Salah or it will be Cristiano Ronaldo if he comes into my team. Who are my top 5 midfielders on wildcard? You currently have Salah and Jota, as I feel they're essential, absolutely. I'd probably also have Mason Greenwood in there, and then I'd go for a cheaper one like Rafinha and Benrahma would probably be my top 5. Thoughts on Wilson and Mahrez, Tsimikas out for a DCL Jota, Christensen -8. Yeah, really nice moves. Mahrez, we're not sure if he's going to start or his rotation problem. Wilson isn't fit. The others coming in are nice options. So yeah, options that I would definitely make. Should you bring in Pepe? I've considered it. Smith Rowe being back and available for selection puts a bit of a concern, a bit of a doubt in my head. Now that like Aubameyang, Lacazette are all fit, it is a bit of a concern about whether he'll start both the next two. So I think I won't get him in. He would go for me pretty much next week anyway for Ismaila Sarr, who plays Norwich next week. So I think I'd probably just go Sarr straight away if it was me. So I'm probably not going to go Pepe now. Maybe we should just go for Lukaku. Best captain choice along with Jota, Salah and Antonio. True, but the thing is that Ronaldo's a better pick for the next 3 weeks. So although Ronaldo versus Lukaku this week is quite close, what we get out of them for the next 3 weeks, you'd expect Ronaldo to be the better pick over the short term. Should you buy Ronaldo? Wait till tomorrow morning. Wait until we hear if there's any additional news on who's going to be starting for them. Sorry. Back. Freo Girl, thank you for subscribing. Does Rafinha play tomorrow? So at the moment he's not playing, but I expect there to be another update, even potentially this evening. I don't know what the default is, whether they're allowed to play. It's so confusing. Some managers have said something. Some managers have said something else. I think at the moment they're not playing, but we'll wait and see. Ronaldo, wait until tomorrow. Wait until the news. If we get anything. If we don't get any news, then I still probably would buy him. Adama or Sarr? I think Sarr's the better pick for me for the next 3 games. It depends when you're going to play your wild card. If you want him for the next sort of run of 10 games, then I would go Traore. But for the short term, I think Sarr is the one that I'd go with. 10:30 p.m. Will Ronaldo start or not? We don't know. We'll likely get a update in the morning. I would wait until then before making your transfers. I would wait until the morning before doing anything. Who to captain then? If not Ronnie, Salah I still think is a really good option. Away to Leeds is still a nice fixture. And if Ronaldo's not going to start, then Fernandes is a nice option. Will DCL play? Will Gray play? They'll both start, I think. Calvert-Lewin is the best Everton asset to own for sure. I still think that Gray is one I want to see longer term. He's not particularly performed that well from an actual underlying stat point of view. Let me end the poll in just a minute. We can get that out of the way. Is Gray a good enabler at the price? Yes. Is he going to continue scoring 2 goals every 3 matches? I think unlikely. But if you need someone at that price, he's a good option. Don't captain an away fixture. I mean, potentially. It means that... Well, this is the thing. If Ronaldo's going to start, then I'll likely captain Ronaldo. And if Ronaldo doesn't start, I may captain Greenwood or Fernandes. What about Lukaku this game week then? Switch to Ronaldo next week. If you're going to get Ronaldo, I'd just get him this week, to be honest. But again, wait and see what happens tomorrow. We just don't know what's going to happen. If I had to put money on it now, I'd say he does start. But what Chelsea player is the best player to buy for the next coming weeks? So I am in the camp where I'll be going double Chelsea defence and Lukaku. Those would be the 3 that I'd go for. So Christensen, Rudiger, Reece James in defence, and then Lukaku up front. 61% of you think Lukaku's going to start, and the other half think he will not. So pretty close call, to be honest. Pretty tight run thing. Wildcarding, game week 15 better than early? I don't think so. I think there's enough fixture swings going on early in the season that it's fine to wildcard. I like Christensen a lot on a wild card. Yeah. If I don't get any more news, will I captain Ronaldo? Yeah, so I plan on tonight having 3 very set plans. Yes, if we get news. No, we don't get any news. And then what happens if we get news either way? I don't plan on posting my team in a video. It will be on my live stream. And it will probably be only 20 minutes before the deadline because I am waiting for news on Ronaldo. And I will wait as close to the deadline in case we get it. Let me pull up the guy who... that's the wrong one. Who said that he might get news. So I can show you the reason that I'm waiting for. That I'm waiting for it. Let me just pull this up for you all. Let me pull it up for you. Cool. So here it is. So this is what he said. This guy who's quite well known for team news. This is not confirmation that it will start tomorrow. I'll confirm either way when I can. And then FPL Salah put, will you know before 11 a.m. tomorrow, before the deadline? To which he replied, probably. So I'm waiting in case he does. I'm waiting and hoping that he does get news. So there's no point me making my transfers early when it will decide in on that point. So I'll wait as close to the deadline, depending on if we get that news or not. 3-4-3 with Calvert-Lewin up front and Duffy, or 3-5-2 with Traore mid and Alonso in defence. I wouldn't go Alonso. If you're buying him. If I had to start 2 this week, I'd start Traore and Alonso, but I wouldn't go Alonso. I wouldn't be buying him. I don't think he'll start like more than about 60% of matches once Chaël is back fully fit. Jose Sarr or Pickford? I'd probably go Jose Sarr. Should you go -4 to get Ronaldo and Torres for a -8? Jota, Ronaldo and Amati. So this is it. Depends whether you're Ronaldo. It depends whether you're going to when you're going to wildcard. If you're wildcarding soon, then I wouldn't take the extra -4 to get Jota. If you're going to wait a while, then I would do it. I'd wait and I'd get Jota in for the -8 if you're going to keep him for a long time. Son potentially out. I still don't like the Chelsea asset short term from a midfield point of view. We don't score enough goals for their lack of consistency in getting attacking returns to be worth it. So yeah, I'd want to see a bit more from them, to be honest, before I start bringing any of them in. Do I think Antonio will make history and become the first player to score an assist in the first 4 games? I didn't know that was a record, but quite potentially. Let's see what happens. He's a good captaincy option. I think he's been really underlooked, but if Ronaldo's going to start, I can see why everyone wants to captain him. Is DCL fit? I think so. From the quotes and actually watching the press conference, and it kind of feels like he is. Nuclear, welcome. How are we doing? If Ronaldo doesn't start, Bruno to Greenwood, Barnes to Jota, and Ings to Lukaku for -4. Yeah, that's quite nice moves, Hombre. I quite like that. Yeah, I like those moves. All of them. When will I upload my final team? Next video. I won't have a video with it in. Who will I recommend to replace Son? So it's the same as if you're downgrading Bruno. So it will be Jota, number 1, Greenwood, probably number 2. Then take your pick out of Sarr, Traore, and Ferran Torres. I hope you are all well, guys. Again, if we could just like the video. There are 230 of you in here. Wow, already. Happy Friday, everyone. But only 56 likes. If we could get that up to 100 as well before I start answering a few more questions. Drop me in the comments down below. Are you still planning on buying Ronaldo? If Ronaldo doesn't start, I will just go straight sideways from Ings to Calvert-Lewin, Angus. And that will be my straight move this week. I don't think we can know Penguin about whether he's going to start or not. Ronaldo, I think it's completely up in the air at the moment. So if he does make a record, then he'll get a double-digit haul. So captaining him at least 20 points from him. Yeah, it's not guaranteed that he breaks the record though. Not guaranteed that he breaks the record. Tierney or Semedo have Sarr in goal. I'd probably wouldn't want to double up on the Wolves defence, but I prefer Semedo to Tierney. I'd still probably go Tierney then, because I don't want to double up on defence. Mate, we are starving football in FPL to have it back. I know it is great to be having it back. I am looking forward to it a lot. Very happy that it is here and back. Ollie was asked, will Ron Ollie answered, at some point he'll be on the pitch. I know exactly, yeah. Which he didn't want to answer the question. He just completely blanked it, basically, with that answer. You're still buying Ronaldo, even if tomorrow we got news that he's not starting. So I have one free transfer, but I'm making two potentially. Jim Boy and Rafinha on bench this week, or DCL on 5.5 mid. I'd go DCL, and if you can get Andre Gray, I'd go with him. Is White a sure starter? Yeah, I think so. Now that he's back in training, Gabriel's back, everything like that. Who do I prefer out of DCL or Jimenez in for Ings? Calvert-Lewin, for sure, yeah. Dennis and Rafinha or Bamford on a 4.5 mid. It depends if you're going to be starting them every week. If you're only starting one, Bamford's a better option than Rafinha. Is Ronaldo really worth the hassle when realistically we're going to jump to Lukaku in game week 7? If he's going to start at home to Newcastle in game week 4, then yes, he's worth the hassle. If he doesn't start that, then I could see myself not getting him in. Son to Jota. Yeah, the thing is, you should always prioritise getting out players that are not playing and are actual issues in your team. It depends. If you're doing Calvert-Lewin to Ronaldo, then... Ings to Ronaldo, then it's a bit different because I still think Ronaldo from Ings is a really good move. But heard info that Brazilians can play this week. Is that right, mate? We haven't had confirmation either way. Some managers in their press conferences have said that they will, and some have said that they won't. Raptor, how are we doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, I won't be on for that long, I don't think. Is Jota essential now? I don't think he's essential, but he's definitely the best pick out of all those cheap mids. Kane or Salah for captain? I'd probably still be captaining Kane or Salah. I'd probably go Salah out of the two of them. I'd probably be going for Salah. Jota is a good captain. He is. He performs very well when he starts. I probably wouldn't be relying on the captaincy for him though, because just that extra bit on a premium that you rely on. Gamioli, I won't necessarily post it on the team community tab because it'll be too close to the deadline, but I will be live streaming tomorrow morning during the build up to the deadline, so I will make my transfers live on stream. So, but thank you very much for your super chat. Thank you. Which mid-price asset is better to own, Jota or Bamford? Short-term, Jota. Yeah, probably Jota. Sarr or Damari Gray? Sarr out of the two of them. Is Son confirmed out? I mean, in theory, no. They didn't tell us that he's 100% not going to play. But looking at it, I can't see him starting game week 4, and then their fixture run afterwards isn't good. So, yeah. Son maybe going to start versus Palace. Yeah, I don't think he's going to play. If I had to make a prediction, I don't think he'll play. I'm not wildcarding this week. Nope. Torres or Rafinha this week. I think if the Brazilians, we don't get any news that they're available to start, then I would be going with Torres because I think it means that he'll probably start because they can't play Gabriel Jesus. Torres or Gundogan, or Torres or Gundogan or Mount. Pick one. I still don't like Mount until we have a run of fixtures where I think we can score a lot of goals. I think game week 4 we can, but I want to wait till game week 7 before I'd buy Mount. So I'd go for probably Ferran Torres if I had to buy one of those. KDB and Foden are not back completely. So the quotes from the City press conference today was... let me find it. Here we go. Yesterday, Foden had his first training session. So on, when was that? Thursday, he had his first training session before starting on Saturday. He's not going to start. De Bruyne trained good the last week, partly alone, part with the other players who were here and the under-18s. So I think De Bruyne has a chance to start. I'd still be surprised if De Bruyne starts, but I don't see Foden starting. City versus Leicester. Do I expect City to score many? I expect Man City to score a few. As always, you probably expect them to score a few. I'd still expect them to score a few. Would I get Odegaard in or Smith Rowe? I probably wouldn't. If I wanted to go for an Arsenal player, it would be Pepe or Saka. Probably Saka now. Is a -4 of Ronaldo for Ings, Jota for Bruno worth it? They're two, yeah. If you can get Jota in for Bruno, again, wait for tomorrow to see if we can get any news on that potential injury. No, not potential injury, if Ronaldo's going to start or not. But in theory, they're really nice moves. They're really nice moves. Good luck, Penguin. Thank you for subscribing, Walid. As of course, anyone new who isn't subscribed, please do. There'll be a little on-stream notification for you. We are almost at 100 likes and 300 viewers already. Thank you very much. What about Aubameyang and Tierney? Aubameyang's just way too much money to spend on him. Tierney's not a bad option. Captain Salah or Greenwood? I'd still captain Salah. You really hope Ronaldo starts. There's part of me that hopes he doesn't, because it makes my team a lot easier, and it means people who have played their wildcard this week makes it a lot more difficult for them. No way Ronaldo doesn't start. Why are people questioning it? Well, just the quotes from Ole were dubious at best. How high are the chances of Torres starting? I'd probably give him a 75% chance if we know that Gabriel Jesus is not available to start. Sub for Benrahma, already have Rafinha or Jota. In terms of who to replace him with, I wouldn't be selling him. Otis, thank you for subscribing. I wouldn't be selling Benrahma this week. I wouldn't be going and selling him. Arsenal mids tempting you? A little bit, but the fact that they're basically all fit is putting me off a little bit. Is putting me off for sure. Diaz and Rafinha or Reguilon and Jota. The Jota option for me. I probably wouldn't go Reguilon though. I'd probably go Semedo. You're on Ronaldo captain 100%. When you look back, you won't regret it if he blanks, but you will regret it Botterfoot and Halls. Well, exactly. Which is why... Sorry, Ali, the question missed your eyes. Let me go and find it. But I don't... Type it again. But basically, if I don't get any news, I'll bring Ronaldo in and I'll captain him. But if I get news that he doesn't start, then of course I won't. Apart from Ronaldo, you have two options. Bring Lukaku and captain him using 2 for transfers, or save one and bring in DCL up front, upcoming swapping of Ronaldo. I just want to get Ronaldo this week. If not, I'd probably do whatever uses the least amount of transfers long term. Probably go Calvert-Lewin. Depends if you've got another captaincy option. If you need Lukaku for a captaincy option, then go for him. Shadow Gaming, thank you very much. Welcome everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Is having a concentrated squad, 10 players from 4 teams, a risky move? In the long term, it probably is, because there aren't that many teams that are performing consistently well in order to do that. In order to be able to go quite so heavily on them. Sarr, a good option. Yeah, so he's definitely a midfielder I'm considering, so I will likely be selling... Bruno, and then Sarr is probably number 1 at the moment to replace him. Would you get Ronaldo for -4 if we know he doesn't start? No, I won't be buying him if he doesn't start. We don't have any confirmation either way on the Brazilians. We've had what we thought was confirmation on both of them. On it either way. We've had news saying, oh, we'll play them unless we get told otherwise. We've also had news that says we won't play them unless we get told we can. So it doesn't feel like the managers even know what they're doing with them. So Salah or Kane for captaincy this week? I'd go Salah. Still think it's a really nice fixture. Leeds haven't looked quite at it yet. That would be, yeah. DCL or Bamford, long-term wildcard move. Probably from next week, I'd probably favour Bamford. But this week, it's pretty close. I'd probably go Calvert-Lewin if I was on a wildcard this week. Ronaldo surely broke the record for the most transfers in. Yeah, so it's up at like 1.5 million already. I don't think we've ever had something that high. Do I think Andy Robertson is a good differential instead of Trent? No, just go and get yourself Trent. He'll outscore Robertson this season. Trent is the number 1 defender. He'll be the highest scoring defender this season, I think. If he stays fit all season, I don't see it being anyone else. Just don't make it over complicated with trying to drop Trent from your team. Just go and get him in and be done with it. Save money elsewhere. Why the Traore hype? Just because he gets so many chances. He's playing slightly more centrally. He's had a lot of good chances. And if he can learn how to score, then he's a great asset. But that's a big if. Am I worried about Brazilian officials running onto the pitch and stopping your team? I don't actually have any Brazilians starting at the moment. And I kind of hope they can't play. My ideal information between now and the deadline is Brazilians can't play and Ronaldo isn't available. That would be perfect for me. It would be absolutely perfect, but I don't see it being the case. I do not see it being the case, but Lukaku or Calvert-Lewin, I mean, it depends if you've got... If you've only got 1 premium in Salah and you're getting a 2nd premium, then go Lukaku. But if you're getting a 3rd premium, then you're not going to captain Lukaku that much. I'd go Calvert-Lewin. Adama or Sarr. So between them, I'm backing... Ooh, voice break. I'd go Sarr out of the 2 of those. Traore couldn't finish a pen, mate. Well, this is the slight problem, and it's why I'm probably not going to go for Traore. It's probably why I'm not going to go for him. But, yeah, I'd go Sarr over him. He's on penalties. He's everything Watford do, go for him. Go throughs him. Their fixtures for the next 3 of Wolves at home, Norwich away, Newcastle at home is, like, great. It is just a brilliant run of fixtures. So, Semedo looks better than Traore since he's cheaper. Yeah, this is true. But Traore, I can see the appeal of him, but I wouldn't. If I was going and buying a Wolves player on my wildcard, it would be Semedo in defence. I probably agree with you there, Nuclear. Although then they don't match each other for points, I don't think. But no premium forward at the moment. But I haven't made my transfers yet. So I'm planning on getting Ronaldo if he's fit, if he's ready to start. But I haven't quite decided on it. You're going to risk it by playing them, I think. Ronaldo scores whether he starts or not. But if he doesn't start, the risk of me not doing well because he gets like 2 goals, 3 goals is much less. And if he doesn't, then it's not worth me getting a hit to captain him. You already have activated your wildcard. West Ham fixtures are not looking good and Europa League is coming up. I don't want both Benrahma and Antonio. I'd probably get Benrahma in on my wildcard now and then potentially ditch him for Ismaila Sarr next week when he plays Norwich and Newcastle. Mahrez, Bruno, Tony, Obafemi out for Jota, Ronaldo and DCL. If we get news that we're going to get us, I don't like a -8, but if we know that we're going to get a start for Ronaldo, then I potentially would do that. But unless that's the case, I don't like a -8. This is your first year playing and you had Benrahma and changing to Toure pure for his fixtures. I don't necessarily think you need to do that this week. I think next week you can wait to do that, but yeah, just a little bit of news on it. No problem. Fires. I do my best to read all the comments as much as I can. Which is the better, Jimenez, Torres, or DCL, Bamford, Saka? DCL, Bamford, but not Saka. DCL, Bamford, Sarr, probably. It's a free hit team. Why are you on your free hit? But anyway, Sarr or Adama for game week 4. I'd probably go... I'd just favour the home fixture a little bit more. I'd probably go Sarr. I haven't decided on my fixtures quite yet, but I'm probably going to go either Fernandes and Ings to Ronaldo and Ismaila Sarr, or just Ings to Calvert-Lewin. You don't know who to bench. Benrahma, Torres or Gray. Why are you having to bench one? If you're on your wild card and you've got all 3 of them in, I don't know why you're benching one of those 3. So, yeah, benching one of those. I'd probably go Gray, to be honest. DCL, I think, will be fine. Son, I don't think will play. And Cristiano Ronaldo, we do not know on. So, yeah, if we could get 150 likes, that would be great. Don't leave it for someone else. And it is completely free. Helps my stream grow a lot, so would appreciate it. I just don't think now is the right time to play a free hit this week. I don't think now is the right time to play your free hit. There are better opportunities when there's a blank or double game week that you will need it much more. Lukaku or Ronaldo, no wild card needed. Again, on Ronaldo, everyone, listen up. Ronaldo is the best premium forward to own if we get news that he starts against Newcastle. If we don't get any news, I'd still probably back Ronaldo for the next 3. And then you can make the jump and go for Lukaku from game week 7 onwards or game week 8 onwards. Ronaldo in for a hit is so difficult to answer because if he doesn't start, it's definitely not a good move. Do I necessarily think he's going to start? I'd say 75%. I'd probably, if I had to put my money on it, I'd say he's going to start. GV, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you to all the new subscribers this evening. How much minutes do I think he'll get if he's benched? If he's benched, I still expect him to play 30 minutes. 1 sec, let me just turn my camera off a sec. I still think he'll play 30 minutes. Minimum. Cody versus Marcel. I think Marcel is probably going to be nailed, so I probably would go with him. Spurs haven't looked great. I think it's why people are ignoring Harry Kane, ignoring him. That's probably why I think people are ignoring him. Ronaldo and Lukaku have looked much better, and the fixtures are better for them in the medium to long term as well. So Ronaldo and Traore or Lukaku and Torres. I mean, again, probably Ronaldo and Traore. I don't love Torres as a pick that much. I think he's a rotation problem. I think how many of the next few do we expect him to play? It's pretty difficult. Should I get Alonso or Reguilon? I don't think Alonso will start like every week, so I'd go Christensen probably. Just too funny seeing people overthinking Ronaldo. Well, this is true. Just wait and see if we get any news. Have a plan for whatever the situation may be. Rafinha or Sarr? From next week, I'd probably want Sarr. Sorry, Rafinha. Look at Danny G's question. Sorry. I've got it. Let me find it. Danny G. Danny G, please answer. -12 or free hit? Can you not wildcard? I still wouldn't free hit. No, definitely not free hit. But if you're on a -12, I'd probably play your wildcard. But it's not worth a free hit. It's not worth it. Thoughts on this team, Sanchez? Your team looks great. I wouldn't want Barnes. Apart from that, the rest looks good. Probably Barnes to a Leeds midfielder next week is what I'd do. Is this my final team? No, I haven't made my transfers yet. Still waiting on any news on Ronaldo or anything like that. But yeah, haven't decided on my transfers yet. Well, 150 likes. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Hope you are all well. I don't need to wildcard. Team doesn't need it. My team doesn't need it. Magic Master, how are we doing? Yeah, 300 of you guys watching. What are my potential transfers? My potential transfers are, Ronaldo in for Ings and downgrade Fernandes, or just straight Ings to Calvert-Lewin is the way I'm thinking. Will I get Mount? I just don't think Mount is a good option for the next three. He doesn't score enough points when we get low-scoring games. His consistency of returns isn't high enough. This is the problem. So I'd want to wait and see a bit more until we get those nice run of fixtures. And then when I think Chelsea can score 3 or 4 goals every game, then if Mount has a 25% goal involvement, he's still getting a goal or assist every game, is the thing. So Sarr, Traore or Trincao on a wildcard? Sarr for me. Should I move Son? I don't think Son will play, and their fixtures from next week are not good at all. They are not good at all. So, yeah, I probably would be removing Son if I owned him this week. I think it's easy. There's a lot of good midfielders under his price that you can save money on, that I probably make the transfer. Gray or Odegaard? Demarai Gray for me. I'm just not sold on Odegaard as being a good FPL pick, if I'm really honest. I don't see it. If I'm going for an Arsenal mid, it's Pepe or it's Saka. Sorry, one sec. Someone's just phoning me. Right. Is it better to get Rafinha for Benrahma next week rather than Bamford in? I still think Bamford is the best. Bamford is the best Leeds asset to own. He will comfortably be the best and most high-scoring option in my opinion. So if you can go and get him, I think he's a better option than Rafinha, even at the increased price. It depends what you do with the money elsewhere, Nuclear. So bench Semedo or Dyer. I'd probably bench. I mean, I'm starting Dennis, so I think Watford will score. So I'd probably say you have to start Dyer, but it's tough between them. That was Ole. He was just on the phone. Just had to tell me that Ronaldo is going to be benched tomorrow. And Bruno isn't in the squad either. No, I'm just kidding. De Gea or Sarr. I'd go Sarr. I think once Henderson comes back, there might be a bit of rotation in that United goal once Europe starts. Best player for under 7.4 million in any position or a single position. I'm all right now. Sorry, I've cleared it, cleared my airways. Son, they said from the press conference that he might play. No, that he's unlikely to play, basically. So I'd be surprised if we get a start out of Heung-min Son this weekend, in my opinion. I don't think they'll want to risk him either way. I'd sell Son if I have him. It depends who you can bench him for this week, them sir. But I would probably go selling him if I had a transfer. Jimenez or DCL, I'd be going for Calvert-Lewin out of the two of them. Cool. Wow, 45 minutes. A 20-minute, half an hour stream has escalated. I think Calvert-Lewin will start. I haven't done Calvert-Lewin yet, no. I haven't, done any transfers yet. And I was joking about my phone call with Ole. Thoughts on having two Wolves defenders? I don't like a double up in defence for pretty much anyone. Yeah, did Ole mention anything about Mata starting? Yeah, it's big differential this week. Will Calvert-Lewin start? I think so, yeah. Thoughts on having two Wolves defenders? I've answered. Yeah, Ronaldo is a very difficult one, but I'm going to have to wrap up the stream there. We will be back tomorrow morning for a deadline stream at 9:30, 10 o'clock ahead of the 11 o'clock deadline. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications for the videos so that you get that reminder when we do go live. And we can literally, I'll be there with my notifications on my phone, all my group chats, waiting on any news of Ronaldo. And then I will let you guys know and make my transfers live on stream. So before you go, if you could, of course, like the video and subscribe with those notifications for tomorrow's live stream and everything else. We'll be back tomorrow, but if you don't join, good luck in Game Week 4, everyone. But I will be back live again tomorrow. Good luck, and I will see you all tomorrow. I won't upload a video with my final team, but I will be discussing it in the deadline stream tomorrow. So I will see you all there. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and I will see you all tomorrow morning. Thanks all.